Hello everybody, welcome back to G Views. I'm a 20-year-old cisgendered white girl who loves talking about movies and television. Now for today's G View, I went on Netflix and I watched one of the new movies they released called The Old Guard. This is a film which came out obviously in 2020 and it's directed by Gina Price Bythewood, I think, and it stars Charlize Theron, Kiki Lane, Matthias, gotta have Matthias, Marwan Kenzari, Luca Marinelli, god I cannot speak about names, and Chichiwell Ejiofor. So that's the cast, and I really wanted to talk about this movie because to me it's both repetitive and nuanced. Maybe not nuanced, I take that back, roll back the tape. So the plot is that there are these group of immortals so people who cannot die, and Charlize Theron is the oldest and she is like thousands of years old. It's like, it's so funny because they have these really badly edited photos of Charlize in like the Civil War, the American Civil War, and like back in Roman times, and the editing is so bad. Like I feel like I could have done a better job, and that's when you know that your editing was bad. So this movie, so you had the group of immortals and there's 4 of them, and then there's this new girl who, oh my god, so she's a soldier. Her name's Niall, not Nikki. Niall, like Niall Horan, and she gets her throat slit because she's a Marine in Afghanistan for America, and that was like a big shock, and she becomes the next immortal, and it's basically her like finding her way and understanding what's going to happen and how she has to live her life whilst this big mega company led by Dudley from Harry Potter, who is very skinny now, he is wanting to harness their genes for like disease purposes or whatever, so that they can like cure things, but you know, it's all mega corporations, so it's super shady, and basically they're trying to kill them so they can, he's like, I'm gonna chop you up, and it's like, what? And then he's quoting Shakespeare and I'm like, ugh. Chichiwell Ejiofor's character has been tracking them for ages and has this whole like board of pictures of them. So there's this couple, gay couple, who I was like, yes, and it had Jafar in the real live Aladdin, which I did not like, and he is in this gay couple, which we love, and then it's this Matthias is the other guy who then betrays them. I'm so bad at explaining this movie. Chichiwell Ejiofor has been tracking them, and he like works for the evil side, but then he like at the end is like, I'll help you, you know, make sure you're a secret and you're not caught again. So at the beginning, near the beginning, there is a scene where Charlize Theron is eating this cake and she's guessing all these flavors, and she legit turns into Paul Hollywood, but like she's trying to guess the ingredients of this cake. And like, it's not like, oh, it's, this is chocolate, this is coconut, you know, very distinct flavours. Instead, she's going,
this is black sea, this is rose water, this is pomegranate, this is Eastern turkey.
And I'm like, what the heck is going on? I gotta say that if you don't like blood, then you might not like this movie. It's very gory. The effects are pretty cool with the gore, especially when they die, and when they're coming back to life all the bullets fall out of them, and it's really cool and kind of gross but really cool, and you see like when their insides are out and then they come back in, and it's really freaky, but I like it. It like the makeup and the special effects for that is really good. So the girl, the young girl who's recently become immortal, I instantly had a connection with her, Niall, because she was an Apple Music lover, and I was like, yes, you turn on the Apple Music, you play that weird song. Speaking of her, I was, I kind of liked her character and I didn't like her character. I feel like they could have gone more into like her struggle with her family, not being able to see them again. She's just like, yeah, they're gonna be like my dad, and who died. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. And she just moves on. And I'm like, you're not gonna be able to see your family again, love. I expect some emotions, some tears. And speaking of kind of the things I didn't like, so that was kind of the characterization. I mean, Charlize Theron is a goddess. Her action scenes are fantastic. I thought it was shot quite good. Sometimes it was a bit jumpy, like shot to shot to shot. But when it was just Charlize, I was like, yes, Charlize. But the music is not good. It's very like young adult movie. Like you can expect this to be like in like I was gonna say P.S. I Love You, to All the Boys I Loved Before, or Kissing Booth, or some of these like teenage Netflix movies. Just very like pop song, angsty. And I was like, what is going on? Especially when it was like a serious scene. I was like, we could have had some bit of Hans Zimmer in there. I mean, Hans Zimmer wouldn't do this movie, I don't know. I also didn't know this was based on a comic book. And it sets up for a sequel because at the very end, Charlize Theron's former lover, I think, who was also an immortal, but she was captured for being a witch, and she was sentenced to life underwater, trapped in a cage, and at the end she and Matthias meet because Matthias got banished because he betrayed them for 100 years or whatever. And I was like, what is going on? I'm like, you guys stick together. And she's like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, okay, so that's going to set up to another film. I did think that this movie was very fast and furious. I was expecting at the very end for Charlize Theron to be like,
because we are family.
So if I had to give this film a rating, I would give this film like a 7 out of 10. Like, this movie's 2 hours and a bit, and I think it could have been shortened. It did lug a bit, and I was distracted playing Candy Crush. I would recommend if you like action and you like gore, but it's not super memorable. It's not reinventing the game, but it does have a really badass female lead with Charlize and the new girl. And they know what they're doing, and I love women that know what they're doing, and she's super badass. And they're really good with guns and these hammers and slicing people. Good for LGBT plus representation. Love the gay couple in the Immortals gang. Love them. But apart from that, it's very repetitive, like the similar tropes we've seen. I don't know, it could have been more stylized and used more colour and artistic direction with the cinematography and way better sounds. They needed way better sound. So guys, I hope you liked this G view of The Old Guard. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe. I will put my latest review in the description box below, which was Scary Movie for their 20-year anniversary, so make sure to watch that. And also make sure to leave a comment in the comment section of what film or what TV show you want me to watch next. I quite like doing the new Netflix movies. But I also am going to start reviewing like the classic movies and see whether they deserve all the hype that they've got. But anyway guys, I hope you're staying safe and I will see you soon.